Hello, we're back at Jacob's Learning Group. The only way we can find out if we want if you're learning anything, and that goes for both math and for this here reading comprehension, is for you to go ahead and like us if you do, or make comments. We made this one only for adults, so if you can go ahead and tell us what it is we're doing wrong or right, so we can improve these. Anyway, this is reading comprehension, so let's begin. This is from Dreams of My Father by none other than former President Barack Obama. Okay, and so he starts out here. Eventually, a branch of a large corporation hired me as a research assistant. As far as I could tell, I was the only black man in the company, a source of shame for me, but one of considerable pride for the secretaries. They treated me like a son. Those black ladies, they told me how they expected me to run the company one day. Sometimes over lunch, I would tell them about all my wonderful organizing plans, and they would smile and say, "That's good, Barack." But the look in their eyes told me they were secretly disappointed. Only the gruff black security guard in the lobby was willing to come right out and tell me I'd be making a mistake. Organizing? That's some kind of politics, ain't it? Why you want to do something like that? I tried to explain the importance of mobilizing the poor and giving back to the community, but Ike just shook his head. "Mr. Barack," he said, "I hope you don't mind if I give you a bit of advice, but I hope you don't mind if I give you a bit of advice. Forget about this organizing business. We don't need more folks running around here, all rhymes and jive. You can't help folks that way. Gonna make it know how? Folks that ain't gonna make it know how, and they won't appreciate you trying. Folks that want to make it, they're gonna find a way to do it on their own. Do something that's going to make you some money, not greedy, you understand, but enough. That's what we need. See, I'm telling you this because I can see potential in you. Young man like you, got a nice voice. Hell, you could be one of them announcers on TV or sales. Got a nephew about your age making some real money there. How old are you? 22? See there? Don't waste your youth, Mr. Barack. Wake up one morning, an old man like me, and all you're going to be is tired with nothing to show for it. So what we're going to look for in this paragraph is we're going to look for things that we can look at. Like, for instance, I'm going to change colors here. Let's go back and find where Barack Obama says Ike just shook his head, because it's telling you that when a speaker writes in general and they give somebody a name, that they kind of remembered them, and they also kind of look up to them, or they either they remember them in a good way or a bad way. And that's going to help you do some things, help you understand the questions coming up. Rhymes and jive. Okay, this is obviously these two words here, rhymes and jives. That's a metaphor. And then this is what's called a reference. This is a reference to why a speaker would do something. So let's move on and let's go over this and let's get the questions. Okay, let's do question number 1. What is the general tone of the passage? Now, we just read it. Is it insightful? Maybe. And keep in mind, if you don't know insight, sight means to see, and it means you can see in. So like you can see, maybe they can see into what former President Barack Obama is going to do. Is it descriptive? Eventually, a branch of a large corporation hired me as a research assistant, and I was the only black man in the company, source of shame for me. And then he's going on, I tried to explain the importance of mobilizing the poor and give back to the community. And so what the passage is really asking what he's doing the most. He's also somewhat descriptive too. Okay, foretelling is also a word kind of like foreshadowing. Like you're telling ahead. And I want to ask you if you think he's telling ahead. And the answer is probably no. Because he's kind of telling in this passage like how things went as he went along. And is the tone hurtful? Well, it shouldn't really hurt anybody to hear this. And the tone isn't hurtful. There are parts of it that are hurtful, like when this person here says you'll wake up one morning, an old man like me. That's kind of where the hurtfulness gets, that you can hear the hurt in another person's ear. But I have nothing to show for it. That's what we need. See? So it's not hurtful. So the only choices are descriptive. Now, let's look at why it's not. It is answer B. But let's look at why it's not insightful, because there are parts of it that he's not really trying to give you insight. He's trying to tell you what happened to him. He's not saying, hey, in my insight, when I went to China, when I went to Korea, when I went to Nigeria, when I went to Kenya, when I went here, this is what happened. I'm giving you guys some insight. Okay, and I tried to explain the importance of mobilizing the poor and giving back to the community. So he's kind of more like telling what happened. So day-to-day story, he's giving you, we don't need more folks, and he's explaining what other people are saying. So that's why it's descriptive. Okay, when we go here to number 2, why were the people secretly disappointed? Were they greedy? No. He mentions the word greedy, but he mentions it in another paragraph, but these people aren't greedy, because these are some of the people who were what? They were working in the corporation with him, and they were giving him all this advice. So it's not that. And the people were not organizers. The people didn't want Barack Obama to organize, hey, that's a check, let's think about this. And when we go here to D and say the people did not like the poor, we're going a little bit too far, because you might even infer some of them were kind of middle class, kind of almost poor anyway, because you have this statement here, wake up one morning, old man like me, and all you're going to be is tired, and you have nothing to show for it. So answer here again is B. You have to really fine-tooth this and go back and look at what's going on if you're a beginner in reading comprehension. If not, so the overall structure of the passage was which of the following? He's quoted. Eventually, a branch of a large corporation hired me as a research assistant. He's descriptive. He's telling one of the considerable pride for the secretaries. Sometimes over lunch, I would tell them about all my organizing plans. They would smile and say, it's good, Barack. But the look in their eyes told me they were secretly disappointed. He's giving you a description. I tried to explain the importance of mobilizing the poor. Let's say why it's not entertaining. See, it's because it's like he's telling you the truth. If it was here, he'd say not greedy, you understand, but enough. That's what we need. See, and it's informative, but he's not really informing you of anything but his life. So he's describing events that happens. It would be informative. Informative is something that tells you of a problem. He doesn't, well, he kind of has a problem here, but overall it's more like he's describing events. He's describing what happened, and he's not just giving you information. He's describing you how this happened, and he's staying on the topic and said, this person said this, then this person said this, the black lady treated me like their son, then Isaac said this. He says, don't waste your mouth, Mr. Barack. Wake up one morning, an old man like me. And that statement is down here. We've highlighted this long time. You're going to be tired. Sorry, guys, this word over here kind of stuck together when I pinned it here. So you're going to be tired, and all you're going to do is be tired with nothing to show for it. And he has a warning here. So is he really trying to dictate, like, you better not do this or else? Because dictatorial kind of implies you're somebody like who's really a dictator. Like the Romanovs who got shot. Somebody, who really like, no, absolutely not, you're not going to get this. Upset is a possibility. Ironic would be if he told him, don't waste your youth, and he was an organizer. He's not an organizer. Is this tone more upset? Is this man more upset over here? Don't waste your youth, Mr. Barack? Is he upset? Sounds like he kind of upset. He accepted it. He's insightful. So you have a B here. We've had B's, and we've had D's the whole time. So B and D. So your answer key was B, 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 and then 1D. Okay? So if you have any questions, we're at jacobitslearning@gmail.com. Thank you. Bye-bye.